Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Still setting up. Let's see. Hello Latino, oh, 28. That what says 28? Yeah. The yellow, and all the lights go off all the time. Very suspicious. I sent my game with PGN share with others on Discord. Is that right? No, that's definitely not right. Yeah, you should send it on PGN viewer analysis. The one that says viewer analysis. But I'll find it. Yeah, not sending it to the viewer analysis sub Sundays, not good. But that's why pencils have erasers. Oh, you have to connect your Discord and your Twitch channels together. I'm not sure how to do that, but Bonarici probably knows. That's why the channel doesn't appear to you. You didn't connect your Twitch and your Discord together. Anyway, I have the game. I don't know what color you are. I don't know if you're Gustavo or Kern Beat. Hopefully you're white because white won. You're white? Okay. Yeah, it's good to say what color you were in the game. And most people give a little description, which, I ignore. Guy's name is Latino, so must be Gustavo. Really? I thought it was Latino. Yeah, do what Bonarici says. Karen's getting upset that I don't stream very long because I'm always tired. Then she's upset that I'm always tired. Then she's my wife, so she's always upset at me anyway. Man, the truth hurts. Also, she's probably in the chat and she'll say, I'm not upset with you. You're the worst. Proving she's upset with me. Yes. Anyway, Karen's home from the poker tournament. Hooray. It says Karen's watched a 5-stream streak. Go, Karen Chess. Anyway, Latino, do what Bonarici says. He's our resident Discord master, or candidate master, or something. Class A, something. 2085. WCM at best. Man, the truth hurts. Hi, Colin Lee. Good to see you too. Thanks for the work, Hadiz Killa. Rufuses and or doofuses. Although the way you spelled Rufus and doofus, I don't know. Used to be bad to be a goat. Now it's good to be the goat. We start doing the game analysis at 8 o'clock when we're on Chess TV so everybody can see it. Second best GM for Michigan. I mean, I live in Atlanta, but I'm from Michigan. Who's the better GM for Michigan? Reshevsky? Robert Byrne? Did Robert Byrne live in Michigan? I don't think he did. I know Reshevsky lived in Michigan for a while. He's better than me. So I agree. I'm doing well, although you can refer to me as the greatest GM of all time. Did the power shut it down yesterday? It did. We didn't lose power. We lost internet. And when I went to bed like at midnight or 1 a.m., we still had no internet. So we lost internet for 6 to 12 hours yesterday. But we still had power. So I could tell that the internet didn't work. So that was good. Putin or Trump is president. Isn't Putin our president? Bring back Gorbachev. Sean Strand is the best unknown super GM for Michigan. Well, the unknown part's correct. What about John Strand? Hey, Leo, I'm doing well. Does losing internet cause baby booms? I don't know. Does it? Questions are beyond my capabilities, above my pay grade. Yeah, Super GMs has more apostrophes, so yeah, of course. They both should have 0 apostrophes, but etc. Well, you're not going to get better English vocabulary understanding than in the chat or something. You won't get better at it. Taco vendor with 2 R's. But how much is 100 tacos? Can I get 100 tacos for $100? I could sure use 100 tacos right about now. Yes. This should be abstinent. This should be adequate sustenance for the Doctor Who festival, or Doctor Who marathon. Is that what he said? That's not where the dollar sign goes. Also, it's a Simpsons quote, which everything is basically. I can't believe South Park is dissing Trump. How could they do such a thing? Vegan pizza or taco? Is that like Taco Fall? Would you be willing to play one over the board game versus Sawn Strand for $5,000? Also putting the dollar sign at the wrong part of the number. If you give me $5,000, I'll consider playing you, but probably not. Yeah, vegan pizza is good. Vegan tacos are good too. Yeah, but your spelling of it's is wrong. But the name of our stream has the spelling of it's wrong also. So it's okay. Galtieri Dota is correct. He's more correct than John Galt. Just saw your interview. You had them on their toes. On their toes? That's how you spell there? Ugh. Although the 2 exclamation points makes up for it. I don't know what interview you're talking about, but thank you. I submitted the craziest game I've ever played for your game review. When did you do that? Did you submit it to the right channel? I didn't see you submit a game. Unless you just did it. Where it's too late. No, PGN share with others is wrong. It's PGN viewer analysis sub Sunday. Let's see. There it is. Julian versus Eric Tachenko. Yeah, probably you didn't connect your Twitch and your whatever it's called, Discord. Please enter a valid PGN. Oh, this doesn't have the number 1. I can't get the PGN to work. I need what's his name to fix it. Oh, I see what's wrong. Fixed. Yes. Man, you guys aren't good at submitting PGNs. You do it to the wrong channel and the PGN's no good. Otherwise, you're banned. And your children's children. Mr. Sean is banned. Chuck Nola subscribed. Hooray, you're not banned. Do vegans look down on vegetarians? Some vegans dislike vegetarians more than meat eaters. Because they think the vegetarian's making a dumb choice. We just think that meat eaters are just dumb. But the vegetarians thought about it and decided not to be vegan. And we're like, what? What's wrong with you? I literally don't care, although I figuratively do. Anyway, the short answer is yes. Vegans do look down on vegetarians. Also, Bonarici is right. The vegan has to be taller than the vegetarian to look down on them. If the Lions met the Falcons in the Super Bowl, I would assume that I'm having a hallucination and would go to the hospital, see what's wrong with me. Yeah. Aren't the Falcons in the NFC? Didn't they play the Patriots? And the Patriots were in the AFC. Oh no, yeah. So aren't the Falcons and Lions both in the NFC? I don't think they can play in the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's what Chuck Nola said. But I mean, the Falcons aren't going to get to the Super Bowl in my lifetime. They're they're like an 8 and 9 team, like every year, 7 and 10. It's Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean's getting very close to being banned. One more thing, and Mr. Sean will be banned. If he says anything, if he says, like, I like this stream, banned. Lions, I don't see the Lions making the Super Bowl, but definitely the Falcons won't. Lions are better than the Falcons. Run for president, you get 9 votes. 9. That's the number of votes I want. I'm waiting for Mr. Sean to say anything so he can be banned. And his children, and his children's children, for 3 months. You watch NBA question mark. Well, the NBA is not going on now, but the WNBA is. It's fun to be in the WNBA. It's fun to be in the WNBA. You can make 10,000 a year. You can have a minor talent. You can be unattractive. WNBA. Do you like Caitlin Clark? Me and Caitlin Clark are like that, son. Yeah, Caitlin Clark's great. Go WNBA. I use a lot of internet bandwidth to watch your stream. Okay. Thank you. Who doesn't like Caitlin Clark? Maybe her opponents. Oh, I've been in Arkansas. I gave a lecture in Simon, Arkansas. Can't beat that. How do you feel about LeBron? Would you let him meet you? No, but I would meet Bronny. What? Or Bryce. He's got more than one kid, yeah. He could vegan me, but he couldn't meet me. They were on Chess TV. Hi, Chess TV. I'm Ben. Today's Sunday, so we analyze games incorrectly submitted by viewers. And also, I sit here and talk a lot about nonsense. Come for the games, stay for the nonsense. What do you think about Steph Curry for being top 5? I don't know. He's not really a good defender. He's more of a one-way player. Defense is suspect. Ben, what happened to your chess center? We sold it to somebody else. So now somebody else runs it. I'm someone else. Someone else. Someone else. Ban away, bum. Mr. Sean is banned, and his children, and his children's children. It's Pat. Hey, Pat. Ben, why don't you let Dion win a game? Dina. What? Dina beat me the last game that we played. Didn't I do good? And my children's children. Dion and the Belmonts. That's the wrong Dion. I think like Bonarici's the only person in the chat who's heard of them. And even he hasn't. Not old enough. Exactly. I don't even remember playing Blitz Chess with Dina. So I saw some video pop up on my feed, and I'm like, that was me. Who knows how old those things are? But mainly word of mouth, Leo. The lights keep going on and off, mainly off. That was the interview I was referring to with Dina. I did an interview with Dina? All right. Well, the Alabin's a fine opening. The Grand Prix attack, terrible. Never play F4. What kind of stream is this? Okay, let's begin. This is the wrong one. Okay, the first game is from Sit Bear. I played a bit passively and got kind of scared she would play 15 bishop e5 and go rah on my king. Instead, she did a weird knight maneuver and then blundered a piece. Happy face. 40 and 80, sudden death 30 plus 30-second increment. White's 1400 and our hero Sit Bear 1619. Sit Bear always plays the French. Okay, so black decides to be slightly worse. Good play so far. C2 is not really a good square for the queen. Black's going to play rook c8. Okay, pretty equal game. No mistakes. So in this position, Sit Bear was worried about bishop e5. Bishop e5 is the best move. Then it says bishop takes f3, g takes f3, bishop e7, etc. So probably white can win this pawn, but white's pawn structure is pretty messed up. So instead she played knight e5. Well, the engine says queen c7 is the best move. What doesn't? Oh, it doesn't lose the knight g6 because of queen c6. That's good reason. Queen c6 threatening mate. Man, that's hard to stop. Knight e3 is forced. Bishop e4? Well, why didn't white play knight e3? I guess because white didn't see it. Maybe after knight e3, white only saw bishop takes, hanging mate, and didn't see pawn takes, defending mate. Bishop e4. God damn. What? This is why grandmasters can spot like a queen to a 1400 because 1400s give peace away every move. Blah. Maybe a grandmaster could spot a 1400, a queen, and a rook in a slow game. That'd be about even, I think. Yeah, probably like 5 out of 10. Ugh. Also, I just ate. Bishop e4. Why not just resign? Why play bishop e4? Resigns. Well, I don't know what's going on upstairs. It sounds like they're moving out. Who submitted the games? Who's on first? What was the time control? I already said what the time control was. I'll never say it again. Never. 40 and 80, sudden death 30, increment 30. It was played last year at the American Open on Thanksgiving weekend. Man, bishop e4. That's the move of the day. So white either didn't see knight e3 or didn't see that fe defended mate. That's probably more likely. Probably white has an iron deficiency. And that's why she didn't see fe. That joke was gold, Jerry Gold. Your spelling of say isn't inspiring. I don't know who's worse, Mr. Sean or Leo. Obviously, Mr. Sean, but Their username actually means iron deficiency in Dutch. What medical specialty should you choose? I don't know. Heart surgeon, I guess. You gotta have heart. All you really need is heart. Hollywood Upstairs Medical School. That's right, baby. I can prescribe anything I want. Yeah, you could be a horse surgeon. That's probably a good idea. Good one, SVAC. That's a 7-year residency? Yeah. Anesthesiologist. That's the fastest I've ever seen anybody get knocked out. I'm an anesthesiologist. It's a taxi reference. Mr. Sean is banned, and his children, and his children's children. Choose the worst opening. Alekhine, Scandi, or Pearce. They're all terrible. Don't know much about urology. Don't know much about anthropology. But I do know 1 and 1 is 2. And I forgot to make the board blue. What a wonderful world this would be. Is Carol Khan acceptable? Yes. Carol Khan was played in the World Championship match between Magnus and Anand, which ended in a draw with Carlson Black. They changed the name of Uranus to get rid of that stupid joke. What's it called now? Your rectum. Oh, snap. F6 is the worst. Your spelling of Genghis is suspicious. Thoughts on Kali Zukertort? I think they were a good couple. That was a good wedding. Kali and Zukertort. Do you hate anything more than the Dutch? I guess people who are intolerant of other people's cultures. And the Dutch. Who's the most famous person in your phone? That's a good question. On WhatsApp, when I was in Saudi Arabia, I got messaged by Anand, which surprised me because I didn't have WhatsApp before Saudi Arabia, but we were having discussions on WhatsApp with groups. So I had to join WhatsApp so I could be part of the Saudi Arabia chess talent groups. And I guess Anand saw me on WhatsApp and said hi. So I guess Anand is pretty famous in India. So probably Anand. He's famous in the world too, but I mean, he's famous in India for people who don't play chess. And India has a lot of people. So I guess Anand. Gotham Chess isn't in my phone. Is Gotham Chess more famous than Anand? God, that would be terrible. It's possible, though. Probably not, because India has a lot of people. Do you know Kamala? I mean, I know of her. No, he lives in Tamil Nadu, yeah. He wasn't in Spain that long. They've raised their kid in India. He's in my heart, he's in my phone. He'll be my breath when I am still old. He is my mother, he's my best friend. He's in my phone. Duh. Please pardon the grammar. But he's every GM's dream. Hoo hoo hoo. He's Celtic United, but baby, I've decided Anand's the best team I've ever seen. Are you taller than Magnus? I am not. Hey, you're not supposed to talk about my silver spoon collection. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little Ben becomes a GM. When am I going to be an IM again? It'll be soon, son. Etc., etc., etc. You saw him play a match with Karpov. Wasn't it Kasparov? Oh, did you see him play Karpov in Antwerp? Or not Antwerp, in Brussels in 91? Yeah, you saw Karpov Kasparov in New York. Yeah, it was in Brussels. Yeah, I don't talk to Kevin Bacon. When he changes his last name to Vegan, then I'll talk to him. Okay, let's go to the next game. Hi, Ben. This was a recent game on chess.com where things got a bit gridlocked. Mike. I think Mike was white, but I'm not sure. He doesn't say. Do you listen to any podcasts? No. What's F3? Never play F3. How did I accidentally play F3? You were white? Okay. Deja Vu 3. Yeah, that makes sense. It's advanced, so I can't talk about it. A6, confusing the audience. I like to take on C5 in these positions, but I think that's the best. Frankly, ridiculous. Just subscribed. Good, good. Now the engine, this is a 5-minute game, by the way. Engine doesn't like G4. G4 seems all right. Boy, the engine really hates bishop takes H6. Says black's like close to winning now. Bloch. That just hangs the D pawn. Bloch. That doesn't take the D pawn. Ah, that defends the D pawn. Good move. It's a 5-minute game, so I don't want to really analyze it too in depth. Moves aren't very good. Oh, here comes Queen H7, mate. What move was just? Well, knight E2. Rook G1? Yeah, okay. Put it in H. The engine likes white. Knight takes F4 is winning? And then black doesn't take it? Wow. That surprises me. I guess black's queen on A7 isn't really that good. He played knight takes F4. God damn. Now black played knight takes D4, which is double question mark. Then black resigned because it's made in a couple moves. King G7, checkmate or checkmate. Either one. Wow, that was pretty awesome that white played knight takes F4 here. So what does the engine say? G takes, queen takes. It says white's just winning. Let's see, I would play rook H7 if I was black. Queen F, oh Jesus Christ. Oh, the rook's hanging, so I can't play this way. King G8's the best. King H7, G5 winning. Wow. I guess this just sucks. Wow, that's a really awesome piece sack. Yeah, I've been to Turkey twice. Once going to Batumi, and once when I went to Al Ain in the UAE near Dubai. So I've been in Istanbul twice. Once I didn't leave the airport. Once I went to a hotel outside the airport. Airport has a hotel, so that seems silly. But what are you going to do? When I got to the customs, they were questioning me, and I said, I have a question for you. Why isn't it called Constantinople anymore? And he said, that's nobody's business but the Turks. Istanbul. Yeah. Wow, knight takes f4 is the winning move. But then knight takes d4 double question mark. Because then white's checkmating or a piece up. Man, the queen didn't have a good life on a7. Just sat there. That's nobody's business but the Turks. Istanbul. Banned. I only banned him because he calls me Benny Boy. His other stuff wasn't really bannable, but, otherwise. They might be giants. Never heard of them. Oh, wait a minute. You said TMBG. Still never heard of them. Ugh, I feel like going for a walk. It's funny, the Braves win every game, and they're 12 games below 500. But they still win every game. They've won 5 in a row and 10 of their last 12. Man, way below 500. I think they can get to 500 this year because a lot of their injured players are becoming uninjured or injured not, something. What's my favorite sport to watch? I don't know, chess. I watched baseball and golf today. Yeah, Scotty Scheffler, whatever his name is, he wins a lot. It'd be Benjamin if I could make it all A's. Benjamin. Does Fide tell Magnus the moves? Did you see Happy Gilmore 2? I didn't see Happy Gilmore 1. No. I heard it was the worst movie ever made, but probably not true. Kramnik keeps posting on Twitter that Hikaru is the world's biggest cheater and 3,500 and so forth. I don't even know what kiteboarding is. You did something I don't know what it was. How much times did you watch Better Call Saul? Did you watch? What? What language is that in? I've seen every episode once. I may have seen some episodes twice, but I don't think so. But maybe. Yeah, I don't know what windsurfing is either. Anyway, it sounds good. Anyway, what we should learn from this is Kramnik should be banned. Going overboard, never heard of it. Most Chevy Chase movies are the worst movies ever made. Like Under the Rainbow and Fletch. Although I don't think Under the Rainbow is a Chevy Chase movie, but still. I saw a documentary once called Kenny, although it might not have been called Kenny, but it might have been. It was about a kid who has no arms and no legs, and it's a documentary, so the guy has no arms and no legs, and he's like in a one of those carts, a wagon, and it's like about his life. The movie wasn't good. Caddyshack, that's not the worst movie ever, just a bad movie. Yeah, let me see about this movie, Kenny. The one that I'm making up. This is like 35 years ago. Kenny documentary. It says there's many films called Kenny. It says Kenny Easterday, born 1973, died in 2016, was an American man born with the rare disability sacral agenesis. To improve his mobility, his legs were amputated at the hip when he was just 6 months old. The first amputation took his shin bones, which were used to replace his missing spinal column. Easterday gained some notability following the 1988 release of the Canadian movie Kenny, 1988, in which he played a fictionalized version of himself. He was a regular on the Jerry Springer Show. He was the focus of a 2010 TLC special titled The Man with Half a Body. He died at the age of 42. Kenny, also known as the Kid Brother, is an 88 film. So he actually, it actually shows him with arms. I thought he had no arms either. Yeah, that was the worst movie ever. It won a special jury prize at Paris Film Festival. Whoa. What, for biggest garbage? The Grand Prix des Amériques at the Montreal World Film Festival and the UNICEF Award Honorable Mention and the CFEJ Award at the Berlin International Film Festival. The cast is Kenny Easterday as Kenny. Boy, if you read the description of the movie, it sounds worse than it is. Tensions are exacerbated when Kenny's older sister moves back home, eager for the camera spotlight. Kenny is compelled to hit the road on his own for a journey of self-discovery. Terrible. Boy, they even made it sound terrible. Also known as the Kid Brother. Anyway, that movie's not good. Have you seen Degrassi? Is he a tennis player? Andre Degrassi? Anyway, the best movie is Santa Sangre. Although when Kramnik saw it, he said that it needs to be investigated. Start the procedure. It's the first time watching you live. You are a great person with a good soul. I am? Me? I've never had anybody tell me that, especially none of my wives. They've never told me I was a great person with a good soul. They said, you're one of the worst husbands I've ever had. And with one of them, I was their only husband. So I was terrible. Stop rhyming. I mean it. Anyone want a peanut? No, but seriously, I'm one of Karen's top two husbands, so I win. I didn't want you to see the side. There's no side. Oh, there's a side to you. No side, no side. I didn't want her to see that side for 6 months to a year. Now she thinks I have a side. Oh man, My Giant. God damn. Yeah, My Giant is easily one of the worst movies ever. Starring Billy Crystal and what's that guy's name? George Murasan. He's a good actor, George Murasan. I didn't see Jumanji. Was it good? I didn't see the female Ghostbusters. I saw Ghostbusters in the theater before you guys were born. I don't think I've ever watched Spaceballs beginning to end. I've just seen pieces of it. Like, even in the future, nothing works. Single rich Asians. That sounds made up. History of the World Part 1. That was a great movie. That was a classic. It wasn't called Single Rich Asians. It was called Crazy Rich Asians, I think. Had something to do with rich Asians, yeah. Don't watch 120 Days of Sodom. You're welcome. What? How about 119? I'll make a deal with you. Do you have a favorite endgame study? Yes. I've never heard of the movie 120 Days of Sodom, so it must be good. Yeah, I like Lars Van Trier. Did Lars Van Trier do the movie? He did Dogville, I think, which I liked. Who did the one with Bjork, where Bjork and the director got into like a fist fight? Was that Lars Van Trier? Dancer in the Dark. I really like Dancer in the Dark. Is Dancer in the Dark Lars von Trier? Have you seen Antichrist? I mean, I've hung out with Akaru. Bum. Oh snap! God damn, that was a good one. Break my arm, patting myself on the back. I didn't see Short Circuit 2, but I saw Short Circuit in the theater. Yeah, I didn't see that movie, Julian. Did anybody see Dancer in the Dark or just me? And Karen saw it. It stars Bjork. She's a great actress. She was good too. It has that guy that was in Seinfeld, and he was the killer in Fargo, the guy who never said anything. No, he wasn't in. He was in one episode. Peter Stormare, right? Yeah. You've seen Dancer in the Dark. Good, good. Not Bjorn, Bjork. Look, is it Bobcat Goldthwait or Bjork? Ah! Okay, I'm going to say that's Bobcat. No, I'm sorry, that was Bjork. Have you seen Ghost World? Have I? I don't know. Sounds familiar. I don't think I've seen it. Somebody in YouTube likes Short Circuit too. I don't think I saw that. Okay, the next game is from Mitchell. He says, I normally don't submit games that I won, but I liked my seventh move, knight d3. This was played at the U.S. Open in 2025, so just last week. Yeah, knight d3 is the winning move. So white has two bishops and an extra pawn. Now white's winning a piece. So yeah, black has to play either queen takes queen or knight f7 here, because d4 wins a piece. Wow, rook f6, knight d5 winning more material. Now white's up a rook. That's a pretty big upset. Black's 360 points higher rated. Then black resigned. Yeah, white was only 1,300. That was a pretty good game. I'm going to have that game investigated. Yeah, here I guess black should play e4. This just seems to win a pawn. Oh, it says black should play. So black played here, which is a bad move. It says black should take and then play knight g4. Then it says d4 is the best. Bishop check. Knight takes. d5 and black is better, but just like slightly. Bishop g3 fails to knight takes f2, and if bishop f2, then queen f6 check, winning the rook in the corner. Past the big black dot on my monitor. Knight d3 exclam, former muscle. Yeah, then black blundered a piece by playing queen e7. Then d4 wins a piece. The black's rated 1600. Black didn't play very well. He made a lot of tactical mistakes, losing lots of material. For those of you who are wondering why black didn't take the rook on d8, then queen g7's mate. If you guys were wondering. Good game. White played 94.7. That's pretty good. Especially when you're 1300. Man, got to get Kramnik in on this. "500 Days of Summer." Never heard of it. What was it, San Francisco? Lawful Waffle says, "Go Ben. Go Lawful Waffle." Can we play "I'll donate $3" ? Why are people putting the $ on the wrong side of the number of this stream? That's the third time. You guys can claim a draw now. 500 Days of Sodom is better. What? If you donate $3, I'll consider not banning you. I'll still ban you, but I'll consider it. You're French? Then why aren't you giving €3? I mistyped 500 Days of Ikaru. Then you're banned. Or I'm going to use the bathroom before the next game. I'll be back in an hour. Boy, that was a good game for 1300. That was a good game for me. Wish I could play that well. Played sort of like me too. B3, bishop B2. That's how I play. This song, Knights in White, Satan. Ooh, that's a good clip. No, it's an apple or an onion. I can't tell. I can't see the difference. People still use Android? I thought that was like defunct. I have an iPhone with a picture of Karen. Go Karen. Ben, to you watching UFC, Lawful Waffle, I agree. Do I watch UFC? No. Eggs and bacon, are they both vegan? A muffin can be very filling, but I think I'll have a sandwich. Who's my all-time favorite sports person? Oh. Tofu banh mi's. Yeah, those are good. You guys should look this up because it's hard to believe. But Isaac Newton is a distant relative of Juice Newton. Although you may not have heard of Juice Newton. She's a singer. Apple of the morning. I do find that hard to believe. You find it hard to believe the thing I just made up? Maybe. Isaac Newton's greatest discovery was the fig Newton. Just call me Apple of the morning, Apple. Okay, this was a 3-minute game. Our hero's black. White's rated 1836 and black's rated 1940. Go Dexter. Yeah, F3 is not a good move. Yeah, black shouldn't take on E4 here because the pawn on F3 is bad. Trading off that pawn, then white has F3 for the knight. Now white's actually fine. Knight takes E5 is winning? What? Why is knight takes E5 winning? I take. I play bishop G7. Yeah. Rook F1. This is winning for white? Yeah, white's a piece down, but white's just winning, it says. Yeah, okay. Now knight takes E5 is still the best move. Now black is doing really well. Bam! Knight takes G2 exclam, former muscle. Knight takes E5, still the best move. And white resigned. Well, the engine doesn't like that game. It says white was better with knight e5 or winning. Then it says black's winning after black sacrifices. So whoever sacrifices first wins. White resigned here, lost on time. I guess resigned. Since it's mate in 4. And black's up a lot of material also. A suspicious game. Isaac Newton had no kids. What? Sacrifice a bishop on move 2? That counts. Yeah, white couldn't do it this game because he played c3. Now he can sacrifice a bishop. But he played it to the wrong square. Yeah, FE's not good. Then bishop b3, c4 aren't good. And now black's just better. b4 just loses to knight g2. White should have played rook a3, so he's defending this way. Good defensive move. Yeah, this is just winning. Also, king g1 is better than king h1. So knight g3 is in check and wins material. Yeah, and here white should play rook a3. But okay, black's winning anyway. Black's all over white. All right, time for a break. Knight f6 check was never legal. I need an actual move that's legal. Can I scream into the mic? I could, but I'm sort of tired. Bah! How's that? I think I'll shoot some pool. Boy, I keep missing. All right, that was not worthwhile. Oh yeah, knight g3 is even better. Somebody pointed that out. Yeah, announce his mate. If knight takes queen, checkmate. Bishop takes also winning. Yeah, queen e2 was not a good move. But it was a 3-minute game, so. Willie, give him the stake money. You got yourself a pool player. I chose this game not for the quality, but the notation was especially legible and easy to transcribe. From Bonarici, the 1994 U.S. Open in suburban Chicago. I tied for first in that tournament with 9.5 out of 12. 9.5. It was like an 8-way tie for first. Yeah, have a good night, whoever you are. I can't see your name because of the color. But yeah, good night. I do remember that Minko moment. That was a Minko moment. I've heard of your opponent, Walter Buell. He was like 2000 or so. Okay, so this is the U.S. Open last round. Bonarici's black. Yeah, knight b6 isn't very good. Knight d2 is not very good. No, white should play c5 here. King h8. What kind of move is that? Queen e7 just walks into bishop d6. Why would you do that? Also, why would you play queen g5 walking into knight e4? Man, you really got crushed this game. God damn. Boy, what a crush. So your mistakes were knight b6 is a mistake. King h8 is terrible. Then queen g5 is bad. Queen e7 loses material. Then you just got crushed. Man, white played really well this game. I think white was using an engine in 1994. Bonarici, how did white play that game? He played in the 90s for sure. Looks like he played like 95. Damn. Yeah, I thought you played him, Mark. You played him in 82. This was in 94. Man, White played really well that game. That was better than the 1300 player played. 93.4%. Yeah, White played really well that game. That was crazy. Not used to seeing good chess. You were born? What? Yeah, Queen E7 is especially egregious, walking into Bishop D6. Sid Bear, we looked at your game like 5 hours ago. Your opponent played Bishop E4? What kind of move was that? I assume they saw Knight E3 but didn't see that F takes E defended the mate due to an iron deficiency. What? You weren't born? Why weren't you born? There was an ultimatum that you'd be born. We called it the Born Ultimatum. Or something. Sit Bear subscribed. Hooray! Yeah, Queen G5 also bad. Beale Chess Festival under 2000 section, although it says session. I don't know the players' ratings. White is Latino. He's about 1600 on chess.com. This is the under 2000 section. In Beale. I played in Beale before you guys were born. I played in Beale in 1993. I had 6 wins, 4 losses, and 1 draw. You're 1600, he's 1700? Okay. Yeah, these moves aren't too good, especially Black's moves. Yeah, White has a F6. Oh, terrible. 2 bishops, what else? Put it in H. Ooh, G4, good move. Yeah, here you should play Rook C3 and get the open C line. Then you're winning. Now it's just equal. G5. Man, what a bad move. Yeah, you shouldn't take. This pawn's weak. Play Bishop G3. Now that says Black's better. Now it says equal. Yeah, it says Queen D6 loses to Rook H1, Queen H3. He should play Rook E8 so he can meet Rook H1 with rook H8. Boy, he collapsed pretty quickly. Then he resigned because it's mate, losing all of his pieces. Boy, rook E8's really bad. Man, after king G2, he just collapsed. King F8's terrible. King F7. Rook E8. He resigned here after Queen H7. Boy, that was a quick collapse. Good game against a higher rated player. Good job. Yeah, H4, G4 was good. You got a big attack on the H file. Good memory. That's what I said to Karen earlier today, Leo. Oh, wait, you meant memory. Oh. How much are English lessons? How much you got? Okay, one last game. Eric Tachenko actually did or currently goes to school in suburban Atlanta. Julian, are you still here? I wanted to ask what the time control was, or if it was a slow tournament, or what the blitz tournament, or what the game was. If you're still here. If you're not here, answer anyway. Me and Julian are like that, son. Although he might have left. Maybe Minkle moment. Maybe. You're back. Was this a slow game? When was this game played with Eric? I was telling them that Eric either goes to school or did go to school in suburban Atlanta. He was going to one of the Emory campuses, I think. Or some school. Maybe it wasn't Emory. That was a few years ago. I don't know if he's still going or if he already finished. Oh, Chicago Open under 2,300? Okay. So slow chess. The engine says Queen D6 is inaccurate. He should play nut Queen C7. Now it says you're better. Bam. First played in the game, gotcha versus bitch. King G8's the best move. Boy. King D1's the best move. This reminds me of a game that I played against Zurab Azmaiparashvili. This was 35 years ago. The game ended in a draw. I had black. I think I took this. The idea is if you play Queen B3, I check. And then if you play... Oh, no, this is what happened. He played Queen B3, then he played King D1. I think I played here, and the game ended in a draw eventually, 50 more moves. This game reminds me of that somehow. Always play F3. Well, the engine says queen c4 is the only move. Oh, you checked. Now it says you're slightly better. It says queen c4 is winning. It says you should play g6. Who's playing g6 here? G6 is by far the best move, it says. What? Who's playing g6? Nobody, that's who. Oh, there's g6. It says e4 double question mark. Queen d6 question mark. Queen d4 is winning, threatening the rook on g1. Now it says it's equal. It says queen f6 double question mark. Bishop f4 check winning. Yeah, the engine announces mate now. Bishop c1 mate. Now that was a good game. That was like Gashimov Grishuk, except white won. After, oh, in this position, Bishop h6 double exclam. And black wins. Yeah, Bishop f4 checks nice. The engine says queen takes f4 is the best move. God damn. That's when you know you're losing. Yeah, the engine already sees the bishop c1 mate here. And I'm using like a bad engine. Yeah, that's a pretty cool game. That was definitely the game of the day. Go, Julian. Julian, you still play at St. Louis? You still live around there? Or do you play somewhere else now? Yeah, the best game was last. That's right. That was the most fun. Yeah, Bishop h6 is impossible to see. Nobody would see that. Yeah, what's his name talks to Karen sometimes. Ken West, and he said he doesn't go to the club much anymore. He said people used to hang out at the club all the time and they sort of stopped. Like most people don't hang out at the club anymore. Are you still fencing? Did you get better at fencing or you already were good enough? I know you were competitive, but I don't know if you got better or if you keep fencing or you stopped. Rurf May says, everyone got deported. You haven't fenced since you were 18. Well, you could be 19 for all I know. What are you, like 26 now? You got to be a lot older than I remember. I don't know how old you are now. Or 26, I was right. So I guess you're better at chess then. We'll say, no, I'm still better at fencing. What was your USCF fencing rating? Like, how good were you at fencing at your best? Give me an estimated rating. Sixteen, 1800. That's better than me. I'm negative 16, 1800. So you're 3,000 points better than me. Ronnie O'Sullivan just had two 147s in the same match. God damn. Steve Davis is rolling in his grave, except he's alive. What was Jimmy's name? Jimmy Page? Kane? Who's a good snooker player from 35 years ago named Jimmy? Dark hair, slightly overweight. Jimmy something. Oh, Jimmy White. Yeah, that's right. Jimmy White. It's been 35 years, so my memories, I remember Jimmy. And I remember Steve Davis. And that's it. From 35 years ago, that's the only two names I can remember. And I couldn't remember Jimmy White. My coach was top 100 in the world and told me to quit. You should have told him to quit. That would have learned him. Jimmy White made a shot where it was the length of the table. So, like, the ball was here. Like, the ball was here. The ball he had to hit was here. And it was all the way to the end of the table. And he hit it and it went in. And then everybody clapped. And they said that was the hardest shot ever. Then they went to a break and they had, like, one of the announcers try to make the same shot. He was a professional player, but he was announcing. He was the color guy. And he's like, just to let you know, we're only doing this once. So if I make it, that's because I made it on the first try. Man, he missed so badly, it was embarrassing. And he was like, man, that shot was harder than I thought it was. It was funny how badly he missed. It was like if I shot it. It was, there's no chance. I used to play snooker when I lived in Europe. Then I moved back to the U.S. Then I stopped playing. I mean, I couldn't play. I was terrible. But terrible. Frankly. I was negative 1,800. Okay, I'll play people. So challenge me 3-minute or 5-minute unrated. Good games today. Thanks, Bishop Stars. You're the best. Still theory. Dang, I couldn't last longer. The truth hurts. Thought I had a nice attack going. Opposite color bishops usually means it's a draw. 100 bits from Caffeine Jones. Thanks, Caffeine Jones. Game aborted. Okay. Oops. Darn, I thought I was going to win. Okay, I have 1 out of 3. That's pretty good. Yeah, I won a game. 2 out of 4. Opposite color bishops, too. Maybe I've played more than 4 games. I don't know. Don't forget to give subs and bits and donations. Some of you forgot. Craft Single Square. Subscribe to Tier 3. Well, I'll fix my collar. Thanks, Craft Single Square. 39-month streak. Manny Davidovich. Yep, I haven't seen Manny in a long time. I used to teach him. Long time ago. 20 years ago, I taught him. I've never been to Glasgow. What do you think of Anish Giri accusing Danny Wrench of being the head of the chess mafia? I mean, that sentence is just, I've never seen such a silly sentence. Yeah, my brother answered your question before you asked it. The answer is no. I've been to London and Oakham and Hastings. That's it. In the UK. And you never heard of Oakham. Even if you live in the UK, you've never heard of Oakham. Oh, snap. They have a famous private school there that's over 400 years old. It was 400 years old when I was there. I even have a plate memorializing it. Levy could become an IM at 37, yeah. I agree with that. I didn't know Tatev made IM or gained 60 points. I didn't hear any of that stuff. Sounds good. MJ Feingold is my brother. I thought Levy was an IM. He is. And if he works hard, he'll be an IM at 37 too. It's hard to believe Levy's still playing chess at 37. Levy is so arrogant for an FM. Yeah, for an FM he is, yeah. Have you seen the new Karyakin post on Putin? I have not. He'll be the GM of Levy Enterprises. Hey, Ben, you saw my game on Hikaru's stream. What? Can Levy become a beginner? No, he's too good. Well, I get emails from movie theaters. Man. Oh, people are challenging me again. Okay, that's wrong. 10-5. 1 minute unrated. Yeah, okay. Why not? A perfect game. That wasn't easy to lose. You screwed up. What? Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Okay, that's enough. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna raid somebody. Gotham Chess. Okay, guys. I'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.